In this video, we will solve 3 quadratic equations, and for each one, we'll be using a different method. And the methods are by factoring the quadratic formula and also completing a square. So let's have a look at the first one. We have 2x squared plus 11x plus 5 is equal to 0. And yes, you can always use the quadratic formula, but sometimes if you use a good method, the process will be easier. So what should we do for this? Well, let's think about it. If you have 2 times 5, that's 10. And in the middle, we have 11. So we're almost there, right? Let's try to do this by factoring. And I will show you a tic-tac-toe method. What times what give us 2x squared? 2x and x. What times what give us 5? 5 and 1. But where to put the 5, where to put the 1 though? I'm not going to put down the 5 here. I'm going to put the 5 here. And then the 1 here. Because I want to multiply 2x with 5. Remember, you cross multiply when you want to check the answer if it's correct. So you cross multiply. 2x times 5 is 10x. 1 times x is x. 10x plus 1 more, we do get a total of 11x. And that checks with the middle one, so we have done the correct thing. Now, when you write down the factors, you go across. We get 2x plus 1 times x plus 5. And that is equal to 0. Continue. This is 2x plus 1 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. Move 1 to the other side. 2x equals negative 1. Divide the 2 to both sides. X equals negative 1/2. First answer. For the second answer, just move the 5 to the other side. X equals negative 5. Done. For the second one, 3x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. Unfortunately, this is not factorable. No matter how we try it, it's not factorable. So, either we use the quadratic formula or completing the square. I will go with the quadratic formula this time because we have a coefficient in front of the x squared and that is a 3. It's an odd number and this is a 1. Remember, when you do completing a square, we want to have a 1 right here. If you want to make this equal 1, you have to divide everybody by 3. It's not preferred. And yes, you can always use the quadratic formula, but I'm just trying to say that the quadratic formula is actually easier for this case. So let's go ahead and do it. And I'll review the quadratic formula with you guys first. Whenever we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, x will be negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Now, a is 3, b is, the coefficient here is positive 1, c is this number which is negative 1. Let's go ahead and just do it. So we get negative b, which is negative 1, altogether like this. B is 1, so altogether is that, and then plus or minus. B is 1, square that, minus 4 times a, which is 3. And then c is negative 1. And all divided by 2 times a, which is 3. Okay, this is just negative 1, plus or minus, open the square root. Now if we take a look right here, this we get, this is just the inside, this is 1, and then 4 times 3 is 12, but negative times negative is plus, and then times 1 is just like that, so it's altogether is equal to 13 in the square root, and all divided by 6. Finally, can we simplify square root of 13? No, we cannot, which is good, because if you cannot simplify a square root, we don't have to do it, just box it. Done. Now for the last one, x squared minus 18x minus 3 is equal to 0. It's not factorable, and I will be using the completing the square method because the coefficient of x squared is 1 already, and the coefficient of x is an even number. Completing the square will be faster in this case. So let's go ahead and do that. And let me review the steps with you guys right here for CTS. First, we want to have 1x squared plus bx on one side. So let's go ahead and just add 3 to both sides. So x squared minus 18x, leave a space, and we get positive 3. After that, we are going to add, this is the little formula that we have to remember, 1/2 times the b value, and then squared. We have to work this out and add this number to both sides. Let's see what that is. Here is the b, which is negative 18. 1/2 times negative 18. Square that. Half of negative 18 is negative 9. Square that, we get 81, positive 81. So go ahead and add 81 here and do the same here. So once you have done that, the left-hand side becomes factorable. Try it, you will get x minus 9 times x minus 9, which will give us x minus 9 squared. And then for the right-hand side, just add them up, which is 84. Now, notice that we just have x instead of this quantity squared. We can get rid of the square first by taking the square root to both sides. And then don't forget the plus minus. And then we see x minus 9 is equal to plus or minus square root of 81. This time, can we simplify square root of 81? Yes, so we actually have to do it. Square root of 81. What times 4 give us 81? And one of the numbers should be a perfect square. 4 and 21. Yeah, why not? Square root of 4 times square root of 21. Multiply the numbers inside, we do get square root of 81 altogether. And square root of 4 is just a regular number 2, a nice number 2. And then square root of 21, just write it down. Yeah. So this becomes 2 square root of 21. And then finally, we just have to add 9 to both sides. So we get x is equal to, do not combine the 9 and 2, no, because this 2 is multiplied with the square root of 21. So just go ahead and write it down. This is how we keep the answer in the exact form. Just like that. And that's it. With that said, we are done. For more practice with quadratic equations, definitely check out my other videos, and also the idea behind completing a square. I have tons of videos for that. I will have the links in the description for you to have more practice. Hopefully that helpful. That's it.